Welcome to the Lab Rats, a series where I give a player 3 coaching sessions and track their process. The winner of the raffle, Unfortunate, is an M1 player who is currently sitting around mid to high Eternus, aiming to get E6. In Eternus, the biggest thing that separates people are the smaller things that they do. I'm a chud and accidentally deleted the recording of the session, so I had to record clips from the video he sent me, which unfortunately the quality isn't too great. A week later, Unfortunate hit E6. This does mean he already reached his goal. As time went on, Deadlock released their matchmaking update which introduced Ranked. With his rank reset, he will have to create a new goal. Some of his biggest strengths were his farming speed, mechanics, and willingness to go in.
And up they go. I'll miss. Dealing.
We look mid here.
But some of his biggest strengths were part of his weakness. Because he was so willing to go in, we were able to identify the issue of overextension in teamfights on Wraith. He would often use his 2 to go in, which enabled his opponents to focus him first during the fights. We went over on how he should think about approaching the teamfights. He would often be going in too deep too quickly, instead of gauging the threat levels. Because of this, he found himself dead at the beginning of fights. And as the carry player, being the first dead is generally a positioning issue, which I showed him several examples of in pro players' actions with their spacing and target priority. His positioning in the Wraith game was way more prevalent. In the team fighting, he would often use Wraith 2 to TP into the enemies instead of using it to reposition to safety. These TPs would either kill him on the spot or put him into a spot which he wouldn't be able to fight. In this clip, you see it happen twice.
Coming.
Take him down. It isn't over yet.
I just needed an iota of fucking range on my ult today.
I'm on the roof.
Another issue he had was his laning. Similarly to his team fighting, he would take engagements too aggressively and losing trades due to not taking them at the right time, or not itemizing properly to take those engagements. It was Wraith and Mo versus Bebop and Lash. His itemization in this lane wasn't a problem. He bought Headshot Booster, which helps with trades, and the card buildup, and then Grit and Reactive, due to the Bebop. The one issue we spoke about in the lane was he didn't buy any regen items, like Restorative Shot or Extra Regen. Although the items he purchased weren't bad, they weren't great for the lane matchup he was in. After a bad trade early, the Bebop and Lash were able to take a big advantage, but the issue of him constantly going in and taking these trades were bad. Instead, he needed to identify the way to come back into the lane, which was fairly simple due to the characters they were playing. Wraith ult into Mo ult combo can easily 100-0 someone, which will allow them to get a free kill. If they had played their lane to their win condition, their lane would have gone way more smoothly. In Game 2, he was on Lady Geist. He identified that the item Suppressor was strong, but decided to rush the item first. While it is a great counter item, characters like Geist who heavily rely on regen to survive and win the early lane, rushing Suppressor over extra regen plus another item hurt him a lot in the early game, and forced him to reset. So this was a similar issue to the Wraith game. He had the right idea of what items to buy, but not the right order. With this, I hope you enjoyed this video, so if you like these types of videos, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.